Video games have become one of the most powerful forms of entertainment in the modern world. From simple pixels to lifelike virtual worlds, their journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Today, we'll take a trip through the fascinating history of video games. The story begins in the early 1950s, when scientists experimented with interactive computer programs. One of the first known games was Tennis for Two, created in 1958 by William Higginbotham. Displayed on an oscilloscope, it was a simple tennis simulation, but groundbreaking for its time. In 1962, Space War was created at MIT, becoming one of the earliest widely known video games. It featured spaceships battling each other in outer space. Students across universities played and modified it, spreading gaming culture. The 1970s marked the birth of the arcade era. In 1972, Atari released Pong, a table tennis-style game that became a sensation. Pong brought video games into mainstream popularity, sparking a revolution. Home consoles soon followed, led by the Magnavox Odyssey in 1972. Though primitive, it allowed families to experience gaming in their living rooms. This laid the foundation for home entertainment systems. The late 70s and early 80s saw arcade dominance. Games like Space Invaders, Pac-Man, and Donkey Kong became cultural icons. Arcades were buzzing with excitement as kids lined up with quarters in hand. Nintendo entered the scene with characters that would never fade. Shigeru Miyamoto created Donkey Kong, introducing the world to Mario. This character would go on to become the face of gaming. In 1983, the video game industry suffered a massive crash. Poor quality games and market oversaturation caused sales to collapse. Many believed video games were just a passing fad, but the industry bounced back in 1985 with the release of the Nintendo Entertainment System. The NES redefined gaming with hits like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. Suddenly, video games became a household phenomenon once again. The late 80s also brought the rise of Sega. With Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega created a fast-paced alternative to Mario. The Nintendo versus Sega rivalry became legendary. In the early 90s, gaming took a leap forward with 16-bit graphics. The Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis battled for dominance. Iconic franchises like Street Fighter II and Mortal Kombat defined this era. The debate over violence in video games also began during this time. The creation of the ESRB rating system was a direct response. This ensured games were labeled appropriately for audiences. The mid-90s introduced a new dimension, literally. Sony entered the market with the PlayStation in 1994. 3D gaming became the new standard, with titles like Final Fantasy VII and Metal Gear Solid. Nintendo responded with the Nintendo 64, bringing 3D adventures like Super Mario 64. This game redefined platforming and set new standards for design. The 90s cemented video games as a global industry. The 2000s brought the rise of Microsoft's Xbox. With Halo, Combat evolved. The Xbox became a serious competitor. Halo also turned first-person shooters into blockbuster hits. The PlayStation 2, released in 2000, became the best-selling console of all time. With an enormous library of games, it shaped an entire generation of gamers. Meanwhile, Nintendo's GameCube kept pushing family-friendly innovation. The mid-2000s saw another revolution: motion gaming. Nintendo's Wii changed how people interacted with games. Families and casual gamers joined in, making it a cultural phenomenon. Sony and Microsoft also advanced technology with the PS3 and Xbox 360. Online multiplayer became mainstream through Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. Games like Call of Duty and Gears of War thrived in this new online era. The late 2000s also marked the rise of mobile gaming. Smartphones brought hits like Angry Birds and Candy Crush. Suddenly, games were in everyone's pocket. The 2010s ushered in a new era of massive open-world games. Titles like Skyrim, The Witcher 3, and Grand Theft Auto V set new standards. Games were no longer just play. They became immersive worlds. Esports also exploded in popularity. Competitive games like League of Legends, Dota 2, and Counter-Strike filled arenas. Professional gaming became a career for thousands worldwide. Streaming platforms like Twitch and YouTube gaming created a new culture. Gamers became influencers, with millions watching their live playthroughs. Video games turned into both sport and entertainment. Indie games also rose to prominence. Developers created hits like Minecraft, Undertale, and Celeste. These showed that creativity and innovation could rival big-budget productions. Virtual reality became another frontier. Devices like the Oculus Rift and PlayStation VR offered immersive experiences. While still growing, VR represents the future of gaming. Today, gaming is bigger than movies and music combined. The industry generates billions and touches every corner of the world. From casual players to professional esports athletes, everyone is part of the culture. The future may bring even more revolutionary changes. Cloud gaming promises instant access without powerful hardware. Artificial intelligence could create worlds that adapt to every player. Video games have come a long way from tennis for two on an oscilloscope. What started as simple pixels has grown into vast digital universes. Each new generation pushes the boundaries of technology and creativity. But at the heart of it all, video games remain about one thing: fun. They connect friends, spark imagination, and tell stories in unique ways. That's why they continue to grow stronger every year. From arcades to consoles, from pixels to photorealism, the journey is incredible. Video games are not just entertainment, they are a cultural revolution. And this history is only the beginning of what's still to come. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of video games. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because in gaming, the adventure never ends.